and gentlemen, Crimson Alchemy here. Gonna go solo on this one. We're gonna be closing out Battle of Bunker Hill 2017 with this B bout, or as Rancor put it, a B plus bout in a sense. And they're gonna be playing an A plus game. It's gonna be Mass Maelstrom Berserkers against Penn Jersey Roller Derby Shenanigans. Give a quick rundown here for the Berserkers. I have 007 Ricky, number 10 Dirty Frank, number 13 Gorgeous, number 1337 Striker, number 15 Rocky I'll Throw Ya, number 21 Shocker, number 4 Renegade Master, number 504 My Baby Daddy, number 60 Brunetti, number 71 Jimmy Rage, number 80 Benar, number 8475 Count Recula, and number 96 Ghost. Represent the Shenanigans, we got number 0 Grasso, 040 Special Ed, number 16 Speed Tree, number 40 Duke of Hearts, number 58 Schuler, number 610 Hef, number 7 Sharkskin, number 703 Smash Catcho, number 8 Yosemite Slam, number 899 General So-Fi, number 90 Betty Switch, number 930 Sin Diesel, and number 9731 D Baggins. We're starting off our first jam here with My Baby Daddy and Betty Switch. And we're going to go scoreless jam on this one. Always a big fan of the B bouts because it's always very fast paced. You can join us here on hashtag BOB2017 or hashtag talk to Bob H. Bob H, I know you're out there. I will find you 2 years running. Right now, Duke of Hearts jamming for Penn Jersey, Shocker for Maelstrom. Many of the members here of Mass Maelstrom just played their bout earlier against Toronto's Outrage. Right now, Shocker taking that lead jam. Slides on through, takes a little bump from Sharkskin. Recycle back behind, Smash Ketchum with the amazing plaid leggings, which I'm very envious about. Looks like a power jam has been activated, and it's going to be a grand slam right now. Duke of Hearts getting back on the track. Shocker giving a little love to the left shoulder. Smash Ketchum crushed in by Recula and by Wiki. Looks like Duke of Hearts finally through working that initial pass. Recula going to the box right now. And with that, we have a 9-0 game so far with Mass Maelstrom. The Berserkers picking up the 9 right now. Penn Jersey still working to get on that board. The Special Ed 0404 Penn Jersey. And Rocky, I'll throw you for Mass Mail. And it looks like we're going to have Special Ed taking the big LJ. Rocco throw still being forced behind the pack. Still stuck in turn number 1. Oh my goodness! With that, Special Ed did a diving shoulder tackle. Hops on through. Will quickly call that off, and I believe that is also a grand slam. This one for Special Ed. That brings it 9-5 in favor of the Berserkers. Jamming now, we got My Baby Daddy for a second jam of this bout. And Speed Tree on behalf of Penn Jersey Shenanigans. Speed Tree taking that lead jam right on his tail, but actually a track cut being assessed to My Baby Daddy. This is going to be a power jam now for the Shenanigans. Already 3 blue in the box. That just leaves Brunetti out there, along with Gorgeous. And they're going to let him go, and this is going to be a grand slam for Speed Tree. Now they're going to take the lead 10-9. Speed Tree running to Gorgeous, able to slide through. Going to pick up another 5 in the sky. And now Benar out of the penalty box, rejoining his crew of the Berserkers. Oh my goodness, takes a dive, flips over. But that's going to be a low block call going on Speed Tree. So this is going to be power jam now. Switch back, 50 seconds left on the jam clock for My Baby Daddy. I didn't catch who that was. Also on Penn jersey, getting called for a failure to reform. That's going to be a grand slam going to Baby Daddy, bringing it 14-15. Does a little dive through. We'll pick up another 5. With that, Berserkers retake the lead 19-15. 24 minutes, 53 seconds in this first half. Just tips on through to the inside. No one's stopping them at all. And with that, we have a full house on the track. Penalty box cleared out. Riding the outside line and joining him along with Speed Tree. Both picking up an additional 4 together. And there we have the end of that jam. Our 4th one of this bout brings it 29-19 in favor of the Berserkers. If you join us on our live stream, you can actually ask questions in the comments below. Rancor would be glad to answer those. Meanwhile, if you're on the Twitter feed, whether it be myself or our beautiful Banshee, who is our tournament head announcer, will be glad to help you out. Right now, Betty Switch taking lead jam right on her tail. Jimmy Rage of the Berserkers. Pack moving fast. That chase is on. Bay Switch blasts through and collides with her own teammates, going down to Renee. Able to pick up a single point, and it looks like from this angle, very hard to see, I think an additional 4 picked up by Jimmy Rage, who ended up lapping around the outside of turn number 3. Gonna bring that 33-21. Right there, Shaka doing a little shimmy in front of Duke of Hearts and having to force the recycle back. Duke of Hearts being pinned down by alternating members of the Berserkers right now. Oh, a whole group of them go right outside. They all have to cycle back in now. Duke of Hearts having a heck of a time there. Shocker also going about. Oh, and Duke of Hearts gets launched to the outside. We're almost a full lap around with still no lead jammer. And now it's declared for Shocker of the Berserkers. Duke of Hearts finally through working that initial pass. Berserkers are spread out. Meanwhile, nice little tripod, but Shocker able to swim through that. Pick up the 4, slamming the door. Gonna bring that 37-21, 22 minutes right about now in left for this first half of our bout, our final bout here at Battle of Bunker Hill. As always, you can reach out to us at hashtag BOBH2017. Also, hashtag #TalkToBOBH. Talk the number 2 BOBH. I'll be able to check you out on that one. Jimmy Rage recycle back. Special Ed taking that lead, taking his time, taking a wide turn right there. Meanwhile, Jimmy Rage has the panties stashed right now. Still recycling through. And tippy toes on through. Special Ed with a grand slam, his 3rd of the bout. Jimmy Rage finally through the pack. This pack really spread out with both teams. Special Ed going to pick up an additional point, 6-point jam, preventing Jimmy Reid from picking up anything else. Now they're going to be creeping back. 10-point deficit between these teams, 37-27. And with that, we have a timeout call for Mass Maelstrom Berserkers. Before I even get to the sponsors, we got to give a shout out to all of our staff, our volunteers here, members of both the arena here, and also throughout Mass Mail and all MRDA, our NSOs and our officials, and especially our EMTs who've been literally Jimmy on the spot with everything for both of our teams here. Well, for all the teams here, I should say, been fantastic. We're closing out this timeout, our first of this bout. 21 minutes, 1 second left, 37-27. The Berserkers pulling a tight tripod right against the jammer line. Speed Tree able to push on through right now. Rocky Althroya still stuck with Penn Jersey shenanigans. General also fine. Oh, what a collision! Speed Tree was talking back, actually getting called a penalty. That's gonna be a low block call there. So it's gonna be a power jam now for Rocky Althroya. A forearm call that is going to go on to number 930 Sin Diesel, who tried to give Rock a little push to the outside. Unfortunately, with his forearm right now, now he's locked up in a grid battle here. Without recycling back. Meanwhile, Speed Tree back on the track, closing on in. Mass Mail ready for him. Beautiful defense being played by both these teams right now. Striker forcing Speed Tree back behind turn number 4 and pushed out again. Speed Tree quickly puts himself in a tripod trying to avoid a track cut as he almost fell back inbounds. And now Rocky pushed out of bounds as well. There's a track cut call. That's going to be on Speed Tree. Again, power jam going to the Berserkers. Rocky Althroya with the advantage on this one. Great defensive play. Sin Diesel. Oh, pushed out Striker. Caused a domino effect. Went after Diesel to help out Rocky, but Rocky got bowled over at the same time. Also fine, give him a quick high five, checking in on him because he just fell flat on his back. And with that, we have an official review call with the Berserkers. So as they go through their official review here, now whistle officially blown on this one. Shout out to one of our sponsors here, Daily Bagel Cafe here in Leominster, Massachusetts, the DailyBagelCafe.com. Amazing bagels they had. They had a jalapeno bagel. A little too dangerous for me in that sense. But they had some amazing, amazing bagels. They had a spinach one that was really fantastic. And if they're listening out there, I don't know if it's on their menu, but a maple bacon bagel would be great with some syrup drizzled on it. It'd be fantastic. Also, a quick shout out to Rancor here of Mass Mail, putting our production together here. All the footage you're seeing right now. Also, shout out to Rancor's beard, which is absolutely fantastic. Has its own personality. Once we get the word official review, we'll be able to relay that information to you. Meanwhile, you can join us on Twitter, talk with myself or Banshee. Reach out to me, hashtag talk to BOBH. Hashtag talk, the number 2, BOBH. And no, I am not the Bob H, but I am still looking for him since last year. Last year when we had our conversation about cat roller derby being a thing, and that was an amazing feed from everybody. So many submissions of cat roller derby names. And even someone went out and made a logo, like a WFTDA style logo with a cat wearing skates and a helmet. It was fantastic. And I'd like to keep that going. Make cat roller derby a thing. Hashtag make cat roller derby a thing. Submit a name you would think for, actually, let's open this up. For a cat or a dog name, they need a derby name. What would you give them? Last year, one of my favorites, Anderson Cooper. Rounding on up our official review, we'll hopefully get that information forwarded over to me. Quite possibly they could have just used that as a timeout, but we'll see how that came out once I get the information from our alt ref. Right now, 42 to the Berserkers 27. Shocker taking the lead, Jim. Speed Tree still hung up. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Speed Tree still serving the penalty. Stashing that star and trying to slide into the pack. Handing it off. That's a failed attempt there, so he's going to keep it. Looked like he was trying to hang that off to Betty Switch. But he got separated from her, held onto it, and now he's going to work that initial pass. Shocker re-engaged already. Going to call it off before he reaches him. Going to pull up 3 more points. For the Berserkers, 18 minutes to go, 45-27. Shocker jamming out earlier, the previous jam. Did a little bit more blocking the previous bout against Toronto. This Mass Mail goes back-to-back in this bout. Special Ed rushing on out, blazing like the lead star he is right now. Jimmy Rage finally out of the pack as well. Pack now reforming the straightaway to turn number 3. As the penalty box clears out with Grosso. Quick call-off by Special Ed. That's going to be a scoreless jam as we remain 45-27. Getting here, joining you again. This is our final bout here at Battle of Bunker Hill. Berserkers for Shenanigans. And with that, Betty Switch takes lead jam. Brunetti still being hung up. Having to recycle back. Betty Switch swims on through, stays on her toes, and is going to get a grand slam. Brunetti having a heck of a time battling. Betty Switch just dives through. Slides on her hip, is going to take a 10-point jam so far. Back-to-back grand slams. Brunetti handing off the star, and that looks like that's going to go to Rocky, but he has yet to get through the pack to put that on. Meanwhile, I mean, there's a forearm call, there's a back block call, several calls, and actually that's going to go 3 penalty calls on the Shenanigans. Back block to Betty Switch. This is going to be a power jam for the Berserkers. Rocky, number 15, who takes the star pass. Wants to contend with 2 of the Shenanigans. D. Baggins being held at bay along with Hef by the rest of the Berserkers. Rocky does a twirl on the inside, keeps his toes in. Many on the Shenanigans bench were looking for what like a try cut, but from up here, it looked like he stayed in. And that's going to be a grand slam. All right, the penalty box now clearing on out. And it's also going to be a grand slam, also picked up by Betty Switch. This will be her third. 4 points going to Rockies. We're going to ride this out. 7 seconds left in this jam. Betty Switch stays on the inside. It's going to pick up an additional 4. 19-point jam to Betty Switch, even with the penalty. And that's going to bring us 61-46, 14 minutes, 43 seconds left in our first half. Right now on the Twitter feed, we have Beautiful Banshee in our house mic. We have Oso Blanco Fabuloso. Right now we got My Baby Daddy jamming for the Berserkers, Juke of Hearts, who is currently on the tail of My Baby Daddy, jamming for the Shenanigans. And with that, calling it. Now, a little bit of a reaction. He's calling it. About a couple more seconds went by still. It's going to pick up 2 additional points there, but it looks like some points picked up by Juke of Hearts. Bringing 63-50 right now. Some laughter and their own shenanigans between Special Ed and Jimmy Rage. Special Ed, it looks like he stayed on the inside there, so he's going to take the big LJ. Meanwhile, hopping through the inside is going to be Jimmy Rage. Collision there with Benar, but he's going to call that off. Jimmy Rage was on his tail. Jimmy not going to get any points, but it looks like 3 points picked up by the Shenanigans. Now we're at a 10-point deficit, 12 minutes, 54 seconds. Quickly catching up are the Shenanigans from Penn, Jersey. We got Speed Tree and Shocker back at it again. Speed Tree, oh, it takes a hit from Stryker, goes out. And yes, that is a track cut. He did not return behind Stryker, so we're going to have a power jam. And that's going to give Shocker the opportunity, who's not lead jam, but have 30 seconds to try to spread that score a little further. Sharkskin, originally listed on my sheet as number 7, he's actually number 44. Being crushed in by Mass Mail. Shocker having to cycle back. General also fine, keeping an eye on him. And with that, Speed Street's penalty is up. He is now back on the track, about to re-engage with the pack here. Shocker not being so lucky, utilizing that penalty. And right now I see another track cut call. Our referee actually put up a track cut call. Yep, now it's actually going to be a Rocky. It's going to go to the bench, but 4 points being put up by Speed Tree, bringing it 63-57. Shocker being beaten down hard by the Shenanigans. Finally removing that star out. Also fine with a hard hit, putting him out. And it was a direction of gameplay block there. And that is going to go on Speed Tree. I just wanted to verify it was him. Yep, there's going to be a power jam, or actually we should call it this, a power start for our next jam. Shocker did pick up some extra points there, bringing it 67-57. Again, a 10-point deficit. But we're going to have an official review that's being called by the Shenanigans of Penn Jersey, possibly in relation to that direction of gameplay call, because right now we have no jammer in the box, but we'll get back to you on that. Now as the officials confer here, ladies and gentlemen, once again, 10 minutes, 26 seconds in the first half of our final bout here at Battle in Bunker Hill, live from Fitchburg. 67-61. The extra points were added there already, not related to this call here. 67-61 in favor of the Berserkers of the Shenanigans. Big shout out to another one of our sponsors here, Dippin' Donuts, which I kind of yoinked a few of the double chocolate ones down there. They're actually right here in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, where we're broadcasting. And I agree, skip the chain donut shops. Go for the local. These are freshly made donuts. They have over 50 flavors of coffee, breakfast sandwiches, bakery items made from scratch daily. But Dippin' Donuts, those are like those homemade, like full donuts that you want. And now we're back to the action. Betty Switch on behalf of the Shenanigans. Benar is actually going to be jamming now. Betty Switch lead jam already led by Benar after getting tripped up going to turn number 2. We'll smartly call that out. Scoreless jam. Just join us. If you do any comments into the live feed going on, Rancor here will be able to give you some answers. You can reach me on the Twitter feed, hashtag #TalkToBOBH, talk number 2 BOBH, or if you do BOBH 2017 hashtag, you can reach Banshee. Start off Jimmy Rage versus Juke of Hearts. Juke colliding into Ghost, able to wrap around, finally breaks free. Already a full lap through into turn number 1. Striker trying to give the hurt to Juke of Hearts. Jimmy Rage with the star stashed away. Forced to recycle once again. Juke of Hearts through. And they're going to put up 4 points for him, bringing 67-61. It's looking like Juke of Hearts might very well actually do the lead change, the first one of this bout, giving it to the Shenanigans as he tries to wiggle his way through. Connected with Brunetti, going down to a knee, falling small to stay protected. And our way Jimmy Rage keeps the star on after all. And we have an official grand slam going to Juke of Hearts. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first lead change. Shenanigans from Penn Jersey 72. Mass Mail was 67. 8 minutes to go right now in our first half of our final bout here. Lead jam going to special ed. My baby daddy finally breaking through the pack. Penalties abound left and right. Just so many, so fast to call. This is why I wish I had a tag team partner right now. But we're on the rocket solo now. Calling up 3 more points going to Penn Jersey, 75-67. 2 blue and 2 red in the box. Shout out from Nicholas Rage to his cousin Jimmy Rage. But I'm hardcore. Penn Jersey Roller Derby, they're just beers. And now Betty Switch taking a lead jam, her second jam against Brunetti. Brunetti finally able to get through the pack. Had a difficult time the last time she was up. We're now down to one apiece, having a blocker in the box. Betty Switch calling that after picking up 3 and then 2 from Brunetti. Back to back there, 78 to 69, 6 minutes 35 seconds. And thank you, Joe Day, hashtag H2O. We're doing our best here with the stream. I need binoculars, honestly, from way up high up here, but I love it. I'm just chilling with Rancor for Mass Mail. As right now, Special Ed is going to take lead jam. Jimmy Rage is going to the box, blocking with the head. And with that, we're going to have a grand slam from Special Ed. 5 more points thrown back up. This confusion, it looks like, going to the box. I'm trying to see that it is right down there. Looks like D. Baggins went to the box, but it looks like wasn't called on a penalty. His team calling back out for him. We're going to have our second Grand Slam Special Ed. That brings him up to 5. And now the box clearing on out. Number 71, Jimmy Rage stashing that star. And through with another Grand Slam is going to be Special Ed, bringing it 92-69. Shenanigans out of control, on a roll here. Rage, oh my goodness, he, with a little hop and skip, stays in after getting collided with Hef. Special Ed puts up another 4 more points. What a play, ladies and gentlemen, 19-point jam there. 97-69, 4 minutes, 48 seconds. Has the tide changed here in Fitchburg at Wallace Civic Center for Battle of Bunker Hill. Right now, Shocker and Grasso. Grasso finally jamming first time in this bout here. Staying fresh with it, taking that lead jam. Shocker with a twirl. Got tripped up a little bit. Giving Shocker a few extra seconds to push ahead. Using General Oso Fine as a battering ram. Very clean, sweeps through the inside, turn 3, calls it off, picks up the 4, slams the door, and that's going to break triple digits as it brings Penn Jersey 101 to 69, 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Very interesting. A majority of the first half of the bout here held by Mass Maelstrom's Berserkers, and quite a change of the tide, so to speak. As Striker now jamming against Betty Switch. Betty Switch forced to recycle back by Bernard. Striker already almost finished with his first initial pass. Very quick on the skates. Twirls in. I mean, no pass, no penalty on that one right there. Picking up 3 points and then quickly calling that off as Betty Switch trying to catch up to the pack. Striker in our previous bout here earlier picked up, I believe it was roughly about 9 or 10 Grand Slams alone. Shows you the crazy cardio this guy kind of has here. Right now, 72 to 101. Shenanigans lead 2 minutes 44 seconds in the first half of our final bout at Battle of Bunker Hill. So I just want to do any quick shout outs or reach out comments or insults. I gladly take them all. Hashtag number 2 BOBH right now. My baby daddy taking lead jam on his tail. Duke of Hearts. The pack is going to race around. And just like that, Juke of Hearts laps. Timing it. My Baby Daddy not quick to call it off. Kind of measuring Juke of Hearts, letting him exhaust himself a little more on that. Going to be a scoreless jam. Now we hit the 2-minute mark. Looks like Bernard is going to be on the jammer line. I believe that's Special Ed over there. Very difficult to see the... Yep, no, it is Special Ed. Ed works his way through the center, inside, tippy toes out. Bernard collides with Grosso. With that, Grosso getting a low block call. Gone to the bench. Special Ed shaking his head as Bernard's already on his tail. Both giving each other a pat on the back there. As Special Ed said, I saw you coming. I'm not even going to try. Just going to play it safe right now. We got quite a lead on you guys right now. We're not going to give that up. So we're rounding down to the 1-minute mark. Betty Switch is up, along with Jimmy Rage. Nicholas Rage, this is your moment to scream for your boy. But Betty switched through with ease on the outside. Jimmy Rage, a forearm called on Ghost. He's going to go to the box. Betty Rage plows over Brunetti, calls that. Going to clinch 3 more points. And looks like we might have, and as we know, always a might, but now we have an official timeout called at the 23-second mark. Again, want to reach out to us, you can at hashtag talk BOBH, talk to BOBH, so talk number 2 BOBH. I am not Bob H. I've been on the hunt for him, like a new episode of In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy since last year. I've been fed names. People say they claim to know BOBH. Well, Bob H here, I doubt it. I feel like that's all disinformation. I will find him. As we wind down here some more, again, thank you for joining us this entire weekend here at Battle of Bunker Hill, live from Wallace Civic Center, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Quick shout out also to Wildflowers Gluten-Free Bakery here, actually over in Brunswick, Maine. You can check them out on Facebook. Wildflowers, not flowers like in daisies, but flour as in the flour you put in your bread, but this bread is gluten-free. So Wildflowers, WILDFLOURS. It's a fabulous selection of outlandishly delicious gluten-free baked goods, and they're joining us here today for Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. Now, I haven't quite seen this in any of the MRDA or WFTDA circles, but I think we should actually, for the announcers, get a cough drop sponsorship, because we definitely need it for calling 2 straight to even 3 straight days of bouts. But right now, we've got My Baby Daddy and Betty Switch is actually in the penalty box. So this is going to be power jam from a power start for My Baby Daddy. Final jam of the first half here. And with that is going to be Grand Slam 5 in the sky for My Baby Daddy, his 4th of this bout. Penalty box, third out, Betty Switch. Oh! Hard collision into Rocky. And with that, it's actually being assessed as a low block. That is going to be penalty. Betty Switch back to the box. Second power jam from My Baby Daddy in this jam. This would be our... I've lost count of this jam for us here. Our 25th jam of this bout. My Baby Daddy cycled back. And that is it. We are going to go to halftime here. As we're updating our scoreboard, that is another Grand Slam Number 5 for Baby Daddy. Right now, close it up 101 to 82. Very close game. Only one lead change switch over. Mass Mail Berserkers held it strong in the first half of the first half. Then the last 10 minutes, Shenanigans coming back pretty strong now. Again, 101 to Shenanigans, 82 to the Berserkers. We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around, catch the very end of our final bout here at Battle of Bunker Hill, live from Wall Civic Center in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. This is Crimson Alchemia. We'll see you in about another 14 minutes. about to get back underway here. Who's joining us? This is going into our second half of our final bout here. Battle of Bunker Hill. This is your Pharaoh of Fantabulous, Crimson Alchemia here. About a minute and 40 left to go until we start this off. We have Penn Jersey Shenanigans at 101. Mass Maelstrom Berserkers 82. And again, a real quick shout out to everyone for our production here. Thank you, Rancor. You are the man. Again, with an amazing beard, which I absolutely love. Thank you to everybody here, especially Coco, who's helped us out with all of my roster know-how. Thank you to Beautiful Banshee for being my head announcer here. Also, Blanco, Rippy, Hooper got to work with today. Everyone else who was part of our announcer team as well. Thank you to all our referees and our NSOs, as always. Without you guys, we would all be arrested for assaulting one another. Without you, then we can officially let the police know we are actually having a bout. An officially regulated game. Thank you to all the vendors here. Thank you to all of our volunteers, our staff, included the underappreciated tape ninjas of the world. You might be a tape ninja, but trust me, you are seen. Again, thank you to the whole staff. Thank you to all the teams here. Battle of Bunker Hill. Thank you again, Mass Maelstrom. As we are underway now, My Baby Daddy and Betty switched Jamie for their respective teams. And we are about to do 30 minutes of hardcore roller derby and close out Battle of Bunker Hill 2017 here at Wallace Civic Center, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. And with that, Betty Switch takes lead jam. My Baby Daddy finally through. Recula Brunetti Ghost of Mass Mail trying to create a wall that she will have to call that one. Will pick up 3 additional points. But from that, it looks like Grosso is going to go to the box for a back block just before the whistle. So we're going to start off with a 5-4 advantage going to Berserkers. And again, if you want to do anything, any shout outs, comments, questions, and even insults, I love to take it all here. Hashtag talk to BOBH. Hashtag talk number 2 BOBH. With that, Benar is going to take lead jam for the Berserkers. Juke of Hearts finally through the pack that is split on up. Renegade Master goes sliding to the outside on turn number 2 here. Calling that off, fires back with 2 points of their own here. It's going to bring it 104 to 84. And then we got Special Ed and Jimmy Rage. Special Ed coming out lead jam right now. Special Ed already holds 6 grand slams in this bout. Now we have a blocker for both red and blue in the box. Jimmy Rage finally getting around Grosso and Sharkskin. Special Ed, no contest. Gonna take the 4, slam the door, bring that up to 108.
I will make sure to be better about that.
Yeah, that's me telling Beautiful Banshee that she needs to do it. No, she's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. She's been out of control all over this tournament.
I didn't choose the Thug Life. The Thug Life chose me.
Amen to that. As My Baby Daddy taking lead jam. And it actually looks like we have I don't even have you on my list. Mainframe. Yes, number 11, Mainframe. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have you on my little roster here, but now you are added to the Mainframe. Right now, my baby daddy clinching his 6th Grand Slam in this one. Number 11, Mainframe, working on the initial pass. My baby daddy clinching off a 9-point jam there, bringing up 98 to 108. They are now at a 10-point deficit. Berserkers looking to try to catch up, reclaim the lead once again. Looks like we got Betty Switch locked in, ready to rock and roll, and I think that is Jimmy Rage next to her, trying to spot the number. Yep, Jimmy Rage. Betty Switch knocking Jimmy out of bounds, doing that backwards recycling, which we saw she pulled that out recently. Worked out in her favor. Betty Switch out, lead jam. Oh, Grasso. Grasso had Jimmy Rage in his dead sight, but missed him and flew out of bounds there in turn number 2. Betty Switch collides in with number 777. Gonna bring it up an additional 3 points to 111.98. 24 minutes, 42 seconds to go here. And with that, we got Juke of Hearts back up against my baby daddy. Baby daddy tiptoes a little through the inside there. General so fine, kind of having to let him go. Trying to keep it on, see if they can get Juke of Hearts through. And an apex jump and stays inbounds, pulls his leg in just in time. My baby daddy with another GS. 5 in the sky. Juke of Hearts is getting the work put to him. Hooked around Brunetti. Brunetti going to the box. With that, my baby daddy going to get an additional 4 points. Beautiful 9-point jam, bringing it 111-107. Saying it's anyone's game is an understatement. 23 minutes, 20 seconds. A special ed was grooving at the jammer line a little while ago as he just joined it. Standing next to Jimmy Rage. And maybe a little mojo dance added to his favorite hour, special ed. The shining star right now. Ghost cut off from, a collision into Captain Hook. And Captain Hook and Renegade Master. Hook is actually going to go to the box. And so is for a low block call because it took out Renegade Master. Special ed to the box for a low block call. Renegade Master, that's going to be a power jam to the Berserkers. As Jimmy Rage still is the lead jam, is stashing that star. Brunetti going to battle with Sin Diesel. Size does not matter. You can be conquered. But Brunetti caught with a direction at gameplay. She's returning back to the box. Jimmy Rage locked up against Sin Diesel. Meanwhile, broken through is Special Ed and is going to claim his 4 points. Jimmy Rage right next to him. Little J versus J, a little do-si-do between both. It's actually a grand slam. Sorry, now being called for special ed as he passed Jimmy. Ed locked up with Hook and Renegade Master. Now forced to return. And Jimmy's going to pick up an additional 2.3 for Juke of Hearts there. Whistles are blown here. 21 minutes left. 109 to 119. Back to a 10-point deficit. Betty switched back up on the line and not too far behind her. Looks like my baby daddy. Betty switched locked eyes with Striker. Striker was not going to have any of that. Teaming up with Recula and Gorgeous. And quickly called off. We're going to go scoreless jam on that one. My baby daddy and Betty switched locked up shoulder to shoulder. We're going to wrap this right into now under the 20-minute mark. Still 109, 119. If you're just joining us, that is the Shenanigans in the lead right now. Any last-minute questions, comments, imperative statements, philosophical quotes, hashtag talk to BOBH. Especially Rocky Althroya taking that lead jam. Mainframe's second jam of this bout. Direction of gameplay call being called on Speed Tree. Hands to hips. 3 points picked up by both teams. Still a 10-point deficit now, 122 to 112. Right down 19-minute mark here. Benar for the Berserkers. And a special ed. Oh my goodness, special ed. Tippy Does. I don't even think any of the pack caught any of him. Benar also unleashed. Ghost going down to low there. Looks like we got a little injury on the track here. All right, we're going to take a quick break here as everyone takes a knee. Make sure everyone is all set here. Everyone feels good, so we're going to take a quick break here. All right, and the ghost has arisen and will haunt one more time. Gonna go over to the EMT station and make sure we got everything squared away. Thank you, EMTs. Been rocking and rolling with us throughout this entire weekend at Battle of Bunker Hill, Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. And actually, it looks like 3 points were assessed right at that jam end there. and that actually went to the shenanigans. So that brings it to 125, 112, 18 minutes, 21 seconds ago. We're going to kick things off here. Betty Switch back up on the line. Having conversations with my baby daddy. I was told it's probably not a good idea for my suggestion, which is like NFL, putting little mics on their helmets so we can hear some of their conversation. So I heard that conversation is not for TV at all. And right now, my baby daddy, even though recycled back at the very beginning by Betty Switch, did not play in her favor this time, as my baby daddy will take lead jam. Betty Switch still engaged right with number 4, Renegade Master, who finally let her go. Nice tripod setup, shocker. And also Rocky tried to create, try to push their way through, help him. He goes out of bounds, still pick up additional 4 points. I know, having some scoreboard issues. There we go. Yeah, look at 116 to 125. 17 minutes, 23 seconds. And we're having a timeout call. Timeout with our officials here. I think it's to assess that Master Blaster going back to the box there, so that way we have 2 of the Berserkers in the penalty box now. If you heard that, the mic from the crowd, yep, it's exactly what you heard. And if you don't know what he said, you can tell by the tune. Now Jigger Heart's on the line against Captain Hook. I think they're referring to Striker's underpants that they see. But I'm not one to speculate so much. But it's always good to see all the teams having fun here. Final bout here of Battle of Bunker Hill. 17 minutes, 21 seconds to go. 125, 116 in favor of Shenanigans over the Berserkers. And now we are getting right back to the action. Any last minute questions, comments, insults, philosophical statements, you can do that at hashtag talk2BOBH. Hashtag talk, the number 2, BOBH. Striker trying to put the hurt down on Juke of Hearts. Hook trying to push the whole pack. Juke of Hearts just takes an inside pop. It's interesting watching. Oh, and the Hook goes down. Tried to cut through the center, but yeah, it took a forearm to the face from Smash and Ketchup. Recula with a star pass. Yosemite Slam lets him be heard. Jugo Art's going to take that forward. Quickly call that one off. Yeah, Hook is trying to push the entire pack himself, going on almost a powerhouse blocker stance. Didn't pay off his favor until he had to hand that off to Recula. 16 minutes and 15 seconds, 129 to 116. So now we have Jimmy Rage against Special Ed. Special Ed just swims through the center after Rocky goes down, but so did Jimmy Rage, who laps in, forcing the call off. Scoreless jam. Yeah, 15 with 14 second mark. Get it run down to our sponsors. Thank you, Daily Bagel Cafe. Thank you, Dippin' Donuts. Thank you, Wildflower Gluten-Free Bakery. And also, when it comes to sports roller derby gear, you want to go to Turn 2 Skate Shop from Portland, Maine. Check them out on turn2skateshop.com. Thank you, Kissy Kicks of Rock Coast Rollers, for all the cool gear that was being sold here. Right off turn number 2 here at Battle of Bunker Hill. That's going to be Mainframe, third jam attempt now. Finally at lead jam. Benar held up by Penn Jersey. Mainframe trying to follow. General Oso Fine. Collides in. It's a 007 Wiki. Finally gets through that battle. Getting knocked around. Picks up 4 points, bringing to 133. Berserker still held at 116, but they have 14 with 39 seconds. Try to make some magic happen here, but we gotta give it to the Shenanigans. Once they pulled that lead in their favor at the very end of bout number 1, the first half of this bout, they've been maintaining it now. Now that we have Betty Switch back up with My Baby Daddy. Betty Switch found that inside. You could see earlier she was eyeballing. She knew where she was going to go, and it paid off in her favor. Already lapping around there, just now making the pack engage. Oh my gosh, he crashes into Gorgeous. Back right up is Betty Switch. And she is going to take a 4-pointer. We have a back block call on My Baby Daddy. This is going to be power jam for the Shenanigans. Also, I believe Gorgeous went to the box, has one arm around My Baby Daddy, giving him some love. Grand Slam going to Betty Switch. This will be her 4th, now 5th Grand Slam of this bout. 147-116. Betty Switch lands into hook and then into shocker. Crushing her in the tripod. Penalty box emptied out. We have a full house on the track. My Baby that actually slides out from Betty Switch landing on him, as she quickly calls that one off. Looks like 4 more points popped up for Betty Switch. Took a hard hit in a tumble, but what a fight. 151-116. The Berserkers really going to have to work hard on this one. Hugs and love on the gem line with Juke of Hearts and Jimmy Rage. 12 minutes, 33 seconds. And that Juke of Hearts. Juke runs into Recula a couple of times there. Brunetti hops on in, trying to stall him. Meanwhile, Jimmy Rage went out, able to get back in. Ducks low, 4 points going on behalf of Juke of Hearts. Jimmy Rage keeping an eye on things, but gets lapped by Juke of Hearts. Only 4 fingers up in the air on that one. Jimmy's still having to recycle back right behind Hef. Juke through, and they're gonna give the grand slam to him on this one. 5 points, bring it 162-116, 11 minutes, 13 seconds. Juke held by Recla, and we're going to get 4 points put up by Jimmy Rage. Finally through the pack of the initial pass. Bringing to 120, 10 minutes, 45 seconds, 162-120. Yes, great sportsmanship. One thing I like about MRDA and WFTDA when it comes to sports like this is always great sportsmanship, and especially when it comes to dance-offs in the pack, those are always the best. And now we're going to have a quick timeout, I think, to adjust the score here. One of our jam refs have made their way over to the NSO booth. Once again, I already gave all the thanks, but thanks again to everyone that's worked here again to make Battle of Bunker Hill 2017 just as successful. Thank you all the teams that came out. Always exciting to call MRDA bouts coming out of my WFTD world. Crowd cheering and dancing on special ed. Yep, of course. So we got the board now at 10-20 for 167 for Shenanigans from Penn, Jersey. 120 for the Berserkers off Mass Mail. Gaining together now, Benar of the Berserkers. Special ed of Shenanigans. Now we have a switch of the packs now. Mass Mail moving in tighter to the jammer line. Juke, he just dives through a couple of taps with his hip going, hey, and he's through. Benar also out. Hawk Eyes telling his pack, keep on moving. I'm coming in. Benar laps him. Juke will have to call that. Gonna go scoreless jam. Actually, they corrected the score. There was supposed to be a couple points added. It's 169-120. 9 minutes, 47 seconds left in our final bout here. Battle of Bunker Hill. If you missed any of the bouts, definitely jump online. We're gonna have those. It will be replayed off YouTube. You'll find those on our event page. There's a lot of awesome action we saw here. After this bout, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna have the amazing MVP awards everyone loves. Right now, Mainframe with a second lead jam against My Baby Daddy. But we have a forearm call on My Baby Daddy. This is power jam to the Shenanigans. Mainframe rolls over Brunetti. Gonna pick up a grand slam. Brings it 174-120, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Direction and gameplay, that's going to go on to Smash and Catch 'em. They have a 10-point jam so far from Mainframe. But here he locked eyes, Baby Daddy back out of the pack. Still has to work on an initial pass, so Mainframe can keep spreading that score a little further. Baby Daddy cycling back behind half. Tries to jump and stay in. Not going to work, unfortunately. And with that, another 5 in the sky, 15-point jam for the Shenanigans. Oh, able to stay in. Beautiful is My Baby Daddy, but this is just the initial pass. Excuse me. This Mainframe going to close out. Is going to pick up 3 or 4 points on that one. 120 to 188. Timeout called by Mass Mail. And with that, again, you're joining us here, our final bout here at Battle of Bunker Hill. I am the Pharaoh of Fantabulous. Crimson Alchemia joined with Rancor on production here, doing a fantabulous job. Again, thank you to everyone who's put this together. Another successful year, Battle of Bunker Hill. Still on the search of Bob H. Where is he? Why is Cat Roller Derby not a thing 1 year later? It should be. I know I'm going home to my cat, who's very upset I've been away all weekend.
Peril of being a cat dad.
Yep, cat daddy over here.
I'm cat mama, so I know. sorry.
Well,
I came in right at the right time, didn't I?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, because you are a cat mom.
That's the only kind of mother I am. But that is just fine by me. Yeah, Milo rocks.
Coming out of timeout now, 121 to 188. 7 minutes, 42 seconds left. And out of it comes Sharkskin with his first jam, taking lead on this one. Very interesting. They have Recula trying to also jam as well. His first jam of this bout. So fresh jammers as they're coming out here. Sharkskin is going to get a grand slam for his efforts. Sharkskin, grand slam, brings it to 193, 127 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Now we got Jugavards versus Shocker. Shocker stays in bounds on his tippy toe stops. Already lapped around, great speed. Juke of Hearts put down. Shocker collision right now with Grosso. Grosso not having any of it, now has to let him go. And that's going to be a grand slam for Shocker. Juke of Hearts still on the initial pass now. Shocker, what a collision. And that was Yosemite Slam shaking off like, hey, I didn't do anything. I'm just a wall that just happens to be on skates. He crashed into me, and that is actually the truth on that one. But it looks like actually Yosemite Slam did get called and go into the box. That did miss that call. Sorry on that one. Saying an illegal procedure. I'm saying from an NSL on that one. I don't think it's illegal, but we'll see. We'll figure out what's going on in that. Regardless of that, my baby daddy out in the lead. Special Ed trying to work his way around Gorgeous and Striker. The pack is spread far apart here now. My baby daddy through, gonna quickly call that off. Put another 4 on the board. Catching back up, 131 to 193, 5 minutes to go. I've seen strange things happen, and I've even seen stranger things. And if you haven't, why haven't you? Right now, both Berserkers and Shenanigans have a blocker apiece in the box. So we have Benar up with number 11 Mainframe. And it looks like we have a trap cut call, and that's actually going to be on Grosso. But that Benar is in and rocking and rolling. Mainframe on his tail. Pack held up at turn number 4. Benar quickly calling it skating, trying to put his hips out, and does get an additional 2 points. We are now under the 4-minute mark. 133, 193, 60-point deficit. But we're going to have a timeout call, and that's actually going to be on Penn Jersey Shenanigans calling the timeout here. Once again, thank you, Mass Maelstrom, help put this together. Thank you, all the crazy minds and everyone doing the heavy lifting here. One of them being Banshee, who's right beside me right now.
Ignore me.
Ignore you?
Well, thank you. You're very sweet.
No, I've learned, like, I do not ignore anyone, especially women. It always ends up the most negative of consequences.
Crimson Alchemy is very smart.
See, gentlemen, listen to what I'm saying. sharing secret information over here. Nothing too secret, then don't worry about it. But now we're breaking out of our timeout. We got 193 to the Shenanigans, 133 to the Berserkers of Maelstrom. Betty Switch lining on up. I believe that's my baby daddy next to her. Maybe that twirls around the inside there around D. Baggins. But no, he did go out of bounds so quickly, having to recycle back again. Did get a lead jam though on that one and quickly called that off. That's going to go scoreless as we're now going to 3 minutes 20 seconds. Special ed up. It looks like Shocker. Special ed just tippy toes through, no problem. Shocker went out, but it looks like, nope, it's actually a low block call. I believe that might have been on Grosso. Yeah, it was on Grosso, the low block call. This is a power jam to the Shenanigans. Special ed already done with his initial pass. Stays in, airborne. And as we have Special Ed putting 4 on the board, want to let you know our event MVPs for both blockers and jammers for each team as voted by the captains will be awarded post-game after the stream ends, but we will give you the information on our Twitter, #TalkToBOBH. We will be giving you the information of who won all of our MVPs for blockers and jammers as voted by the captains here at Battle on Bunker Hill. Shenanigans now up 2-0-2, broke triple digits once again. Thinking about calling that a Special Ed, but he's going to let it ride and take another Grand Slam for himself. I think he's owned it right now with the Grand Slams for this bout here. I think we're about 10 or 11 for him as it is. Now we're sliding back behind Jimmy Rage. They're going to call that one now as we're down to a minute and 24. 2:07 to 1:33. And with that, the tripod switches moving up a little closer towards that pivot line, about halfway through between jammer and pivot lines. Gorgeous looking to try to cause a little interference in there with Ghost. Mainframe. Oh, looked like he was going to be the lead jam, but no, Benar actually went right around him. He did not see that. Brunetti took a stiff hit, but back up because she's not human. Benar gets pushed out at turn number 3. They're going to wind this down. I think he's going to rock and roll this to the very end now. Meanwhile, 4 points scored by Mainframe. Benar is in control here. Meanwhile, back block called to Gorgeous. He's going to the box. I see Benny Switch now going to the box there. And they're going to call it. Benar is going to call that one right at the very end. We have an unofficial score right now, 214 to 137. We're going to try to get a final here for you. But once again, I want to remind you folks, you can stay tuned to our Twitter feed here. #BOBH2017, #TalkToBOBH. We are going to give the rollout thank you on behalf of Banshee of all of our MVPs for blockers and jammers. Each of these are for each team that's voted on by the captains to be awarded right after this. Final score, ladies and gentlemen, of our final bout here, 1 37 to the Berserkers of Mass Mail, 2-14 to the Shenanigans of Penn, Jersey. I'd like to thank you, everyone, for joining us all weekend long. Definitely catch up on the replays. This has been a lot of great competition here, live from Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place this weekend, folks. Thank you, Rancor, for our production here. Thank you to everybody, Mass Maelstrom, all the teams, all of our vendors, all of our volunteers, everyone all around here to make this happen once again. Can't wait for Battle of Bunker Hill 2018. It'll be fantastic. I'll be seeing you around the WFTDA and MRDA circles. On behalf of everyone here, this is the Pharaoh Fantabulous Crimson Chemia signing off. Thank you for joining us here at Battle of Bunker Hill 2017.